Sorry.
That's okay. I was doing like this kind of hitting into the fitness, so I was doing really good in fitness this week
Mm,
um until about Wednesday because I like demolished my legs on Monday. So
wow.
by Wednesday I could not walk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been
So
seeing your content.
yeah, so I kind of took a break Wednesday, Thursday, and then yesterday the kids were out of school, so I had them all
Mm,
day.
hmm.
Um, and I got a tattoo yesterday, so that was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean it's been a pretty good week. It's been a pretty good week.
Nice, 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 nice. I mean, you are killing the content, the consistency. I've been seeing it all on YouTube. I've been seeing it. IG, I've been seeing it. Like, so you've been everywhere. Even I think even TikTok, I've seen you a bit, but you've
Mhm.
been all over my feed. So that shows me, you definitely have been consistent. And I mean, hats off, because I see where you're toning. Are you cutting? Are you like cutting right now?
Um, I guess in a way, yeah. I have been eating
Mm,
less. I'm still trying to keep my protein intake up, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. I could tell. You're like seriously, seriously. Like you have full definition in all your muscles. It seems like you have just full definition right now, and that is crazy. It's actually where I'm trying to get. But that's dope. I'm glad to hear that you're staying consistent, that everything's going well, that you feel like what it is that you have, your goals you have, you're hitting. And I know we gotta, I'm gonna do a check in with you next month too. I know, but just still having that aspect of consistency, I admire. Isaac, what about you, man? How are you doing?
Uh, I was just getting into the motion of working every day, and then we
Mhm.
had an ice storm in the middle of the week on Wednesday.
Yeah, what is going on? Hold on. So where are you?
I told you yesterday I live in Michigan.
Michigan. Okay, okay. You're in Michigan. Man, it seems like everybody is getting hit with ice except for us. Like this is crazy. This
Yeah,
is crazy.
it shut, but places I usually go to for like withdrawing money or getting gas, those
Wow.
places were closed down for 2 days straight. Um, I have to kind of be careful on my on DoorDash because the city I usually go to is
Yeah.
really busy, and with all the
Mm.
street lights cut out, losing power,
Yeah.
uh, I had the tendencies to just kind of drive through it, and you have to like
Mm.
that. And I'm like, I saw the premonition before because before I went up there, what was it yesterday? I believe
Yeah.
there was already a crash in those lights where they were all off, and I didn't even get to Taylor yet. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna kind of bide my time, wait for the lights to come back on because I don't want my car to get hit.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Be safe, man, because DoorDash in ice, bro, that can be very dangerous, man. So make sure, if you have to pull over or anything of that. So I know you have to, DoorDash. I understand that, but bro, definitely be safe, man.
Yeah, and I did it in the town I usually live in.
Yeah.
So uh, they're like I said before yesterday, they're really in need of dashers, at least in my area. So
Mm.
did 2 hours of DoorDash here and I got 63 dollars in 2 hours. So I
Oh,
mean I'm
okay.
not gonna complain there.
Yeah. 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 No, I get that. I get that. Yeah, man. Yeah, and they should be paying you triple with ice. Like
Yeah, the peak pay really helps out. They got the $2 peak pay until 9 o'clock today, but there's no more orders. So when I was finished with the last order,
yeah.
it was busy at all. So I had finished everything up. So there's nothing in this area that I need to do anymore.
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
And I think the only other thing I did was watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Wait, blood and honey?
Yeah, it's so technically the trademark for Winnie the Pooh has expired. So independent people, can now make movies on Winnie the Pooh,
Whoa.
on let's see, it's uh, uh, Peter Pan, and there's another one that I can't think of right now.
Oh,
But they
wow.
they, they essentially made a horror movie out of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, when you said blood and honey, I was like, what the heck? Okay, that.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of like a B horror movie, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Okay. Wow. 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 Well, hey man, if you have any poems catering to this, then I would love to hear it, man, because that that sounds crazy. Blood and honey.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's hard for me to watch any horror movies because a lot of them are just kind of the same thing, just
Yeah.
pasted over again and again. But I heard really good reviews about it, so I was like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go see a movie anyway. I worked 7 days straight, so I think I deserve
Yeah.
a movie.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And that's dope, bro. The fact that you can even go to the theater by yourself. There's so many people, including myself, that would feel very weird to do that. But
Take yourself out. That's a good thing. You need to do it once in a while. It's
it
self-care,
is.
self-love.
It is.
That's
It is. I think
a
I'm
new
just so
level of confidence.
said again.
The new level of confidence.
Bro, I think it's amazing. I love it. I love it. I mean, even my lady, she talks about how she would go by herself, but I go so much with it that I would feel weird. It's just like, man, like, you're looking for your cuddle buddy, you're looking for the toes. You like rub the toes while the movie's going. She like the toes. Like, it's like I'll be rubbing my own toes. Like, it's like, like I'll miss her too much. So I just can't, I couldn't do it. But I love that, man. I love that confidence. I love the fact that you feel like you can do that, and I think you should. So more power to you, bro. I love that, man. Let's get into this, man. I'm hungry again. I see Elena's face. Isaac, I know I can't see your face, but Elena, she's swelling. So we got to start with you, Elena. So
But you
whenever
didn't
you,
tell us how that's been.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you doing?
Yeah.
You didn't say anything about you, man.
man, look.
You can't just care about us and not expect us to care about you too. Come on.
I appreciate it. I appreciate. I
No,
often forget. Man, I often forget. I'm so absorbed with others. That I try to, in some sense I can deflect from myself because of that. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for asking. Man, I'm trying to actually think. Again, I get so absorbed in others that literally when someone asks me about me, I'm like, oh snap, I actually am human. Okay, let me process. I mean, I think this week for me, I think it has been very I would say just gratitude. Oftentimes I reflect on gratitude, just being grateful. I'm grateful for waking up, I'm grateful for just being alive. I'm grateful for being on the call like this with y'all. Um, I'm just always grateful. So I think it's hard for me to think about negative things, or at least anything negative that probably did happen, because I'm always trying to just see the positive in it. Yeah, I literally would be trying to find something negative right now. So literally, everything's great. Like if I could just put it short, everything is great. The groups are growing. The engagement in the groups, you know what I'm saying? Like the engagements, Elena, like we added 2 people to the private group on the fitness group. Like, so now I got to worry about all my other groups, the private groups and the other groups, because I've been so focused on the fitness. So I literally have to now like go into the poetry and start, getting more people in the poetry group. So this group may blow up this upcoming week, because I'm gonna go pretty hard on this one. But the groups have been thriving. I've been seeing people posting in the public fitness group. They've been posting their weight. They're like this one guy named Chris. He's just he's again, when you just add those type of people in groups like this, the same thing with you, Elena, and you, Isaac, with the poetry group. When people resonate with the groups and they're like, man, this is what I needed. It just makes me feel amazing. So to just put it short, I'm great. I'm great. Yeah.
Good.
I'm great. But thank y'all. Thank you so much. All right, look, back to you, Elena. Let's go. Look. Come on.
Man, I thought you said you were gonna. I thought I was gonna go last this time.
Oh, you did say that. No, you did say that. You're right. You're right. We did talk. We talked about that. Say the best for last. That's exactly what you said. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. So, you know what? I guess I'll go first. I'll go first because I'm always throwing y'all, on top of the bus. I'll get on top of the bus now. All right. Dang it. I was not expecting to go first. Okay. Let me see. A lot of my poems are actually pretty romantic, because again, if it's me writing to my lady or something like that, or just, old stuff I've had, or just contemplation. So bear with me if you hear a lot of like romance. All right. So I'll state the definition or the history behind the poems after, because some of the poems I haven't written in so long. Like this one's from 2021. And so I'll read it, but as I read it, the memory will come back into my mind. So just bear with me. as I kind of read it first and then I'll explain later. Okay, so this poem is called I Hear You Loud. I hear you loud. As a matter of fact, I hear you clear. But I won't start yelling and let this love disappear. So yell at me. Let me catch every tear. But month by month, day by day, and I'll still be here. Right off the bat, I know exactly what happened here. That was probably an argument. It was an argument. That was an argument. Yeah, that was some words, and some crying. And I'm sure she was probably crying and things like, because I don't really cry in the argument. I don't care what she said, but I don't cry. But she cries, and I usually feel horrible afterwards. Like I'm like, man, I feel like a piece of crap. When like you can argue all day long with your significant other, but don't let the tears come. The tears come, and it's like, oh, snap. Like you feel like a piece of crap. So I think that's probably what happened. And then we probably end up getting off the phone and whatnot. And then it was me writing this poem. So it was just that aspect of no matter how much we argue, no matter how much we disagree, I'm still gonna be here. And even when you cry, I'm still gonna take accountability for those tears. Usually I'll come back to her and I'll be like, hey, I'm sorry. I know I should never said this. So it's taking accountability in the poem as well. It's owning that accountability for hurting her or making her cry, but then also allowing her or reassuring her in the fact that no matter what, I'll still be here. So yeah, that's mine. And I'll popcorn. Hey, thank you. and then I'll popcorn Isaac because I save the best for last.
So I know it's just kind of random for me, but did you know that the first tear coming out of the right eye or the left eye means different things?
Whoa, absolutely not, bro. You got to explain that.
Okay, so you can look it up if you want. I might have it backwards, but I'm almost certain that if the first tear comes out of your left eye, it's from sadness, and if it's the first tear that comes out of your right eye, that's actually from happiness or from being grateful.
Wow.
So it just depends on which. They'll both boil up, but which tear comes out first? Is it from sadness or is it from happiness?
Is that like a scientific thing, like the brain or something? Like, is it like the brain or something kind of like triggers a tear?
I have to look back into it, but I think it's based on how you react to a certain scenario. So
wow.
If it's like I guess losing a loved one. So I guess when I noticed the connection to it, I was talking to a manager that I used to work with at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
She was kind of closed off, and when you're closed off, you kind of like are very defensive and you're closed off for sure. So yeah. I tried to talk to her about a couple certain things like football and whatnot. She just kind of shut me down instantly. Goes, I have a boyfriend. Okay, cool. Got a boyfriend? You don't want me to talk to you? Fine. I'll take the hint. That's whatever.
Yeah.
At least you didn't like play the game and then you're like, never mind. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we eventually, talked more because when I'm at work, I try to focus on me and my work, but then I'm also like yelling at myself and yelling at the food and inanimate objects because it's better than yelling at people.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like the inanimate objects have any emotions.
Right.
So she noticed that when she was working near me, she'd always like say that I was funny because I'm just yelling at nothing. So I opened up to her in a sense. I shared one of my poems with her. I don't remember which one it was. And she shared parts of her life too, and why she was shut off and trying to stay closed off because her husband had died. I think the month or 2 months before she transferred over. So she was really closed off.
Yeah.
And her tear came out of her left side, but we were opposite, so I had to like really consider which side it was because opposites means, well, you know what I mean. So it came out of the eye. I talked to her about it, and I think this was before she really mentioned a lot of things. But I told her, I'm like, it seems like you were crying out of the eye and like your right eye, or which is right is because you were happy about the story you told me. You weren't happy about the outcome of it, but it seemed like you had done something to move on and kind of find peace with the loss.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when she goes, "Yeah, I talked to a medium and I did this and I did that." So I caught that by noticing which tear came out of which eye. So
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, that's amazing, bro. Thank you for that fact. I mean, again, I think I kind of like this popcorning because in a sense we can kind of share, in some sense our reflections or our thoughts on it. So I appreciate it.
oh yeah, I'm very much into psychology and how certain aspects
Mhm.
are responsive to certain situations. So I
Absolutely.
always enjoy that.
I love it, man. And I hear it in your writing, bro. I definitely hear it in your writing. So give us some of it, man. Come on, the floor is yours.
I got you one. It's
All
it's
right.
called palindrome.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat the title?
Palindrome. You know what a
Oh,
palindrome is?
palindrome. Oh, bro, absolutely not. What is that?
It's where you can spell the same word forwards and backwards, like race car.
Oh, bro. Come on. All right, bro. Please go ahead. Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? You ready? Okay.
That's dope.
I'm gonna tell you that this one's kind of a love one as well. So,
Mm,
you know what kind of poems I write. So when I say
yeah.
love, I mean like heartbreak and hardship and
Hey.
whatnot. So let's do it. Palindrome. Why don't I ask her out? Is it respect?
Mm,
Supply? Is it for her to neglect? She plays a game that is definitely all the same. The grandest schemes of them all. The game is set. Will I have regret? Seeing that so much is the same. Insightful is she, no less insightful than me. A
mm,
palindrome is your name, you see. It speaks like Lady Liberty, hearing the silent shadows as she sneaks her message to me. Freedom is the opposite of choice. As a palindrome here, it has no voice. Standing tall, walking into fall, as the darkness resides in me. How simple an INFJ can be, knowing not what you
mm.
thought I do. Say first, I believe. A palindrome sounding closer to me. The grandest schemes of them all, the game is set. Will I have regret, seeing that so much is the same? Insightful is she, no less insightful than me. A
Mm.
palindrome is her name, you see. Life is so cruel, as time is not for thee. My rib defies to outlive me, as closer to hell that seeks, jumping for joy, heaven is to be sought. Are you afraid or not? Whether it be midnight or noon, this may be too soon. A palindrome over the horizon, just waiting to loom.
Wow. My goodness, man. Sorry. I was almost clapped. Almost clapped. Man. Bro, give us a little bit of history on that, man. Like, or I guess if you can define the background a little bit more with that poem.
So this was right before I decided to stop applying for places to work at, like fast food or like
Mm,
re- fast food or anything like that. Um, it was interesting because this girl I'm talking about, she approached me uh,
mm,
and wanted to. She found interest in me, whether whatever it was, maybe physical attraction, maybe the mysteriousness and my aloofness usually.
mm. Yeah.
But she tried to talk to me more and more,
Hmm.
and once I went out with her, it seemed like she went from trying to get my attention to like, oh well, now I have him, so whatever.
Mm. Wow. 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 So in a palindrome, you compared her in a sense, like you said, to a palindrome.
Well, her name is a palindrome.
Her name is a palindrome. Okay.
I just didn't want to use her name because I don't want to do that.
Absolutely.
I
Hmm.
did that in my book too. I want to be able to say what I want, but I've seen like when Eminem was really coming up really big, he
Hmm.
talked about his mom a lot,
Yeah.
and his mom sued him for defamation of character.
Are you serious?
Yes. So, and I don't remember. I think she won that lawsuit, or maybe she didn't. I don't know.
Oh
But
my goodness.
but I keep names out because I don't want to get sued for defamation of character.
Absolutely.
I want to be able
Hmm.
to say what I want to say. I know the names, and I use that in like hints in my poems. But when other people hear about it, they're like, oh, well, it could be this. But even if I give you the name, there's hundreds of thousands of people with the same name, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, bro, I appreciate that, man. That was absolutely amazing. Love the word choice, love the flow. And I think that, again, if she watches this, maybe a bit of scars that open up, man. So hopefully, hopefully she doesn't stumble across Let's Just Talk Trey, man. So we'll see.
She won't know what is. She won't know what is. She won't know. That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. You hit it. I got it. Yeah, love it, Elena.
Not me over here sitting here trying to figure out if it's Hannah, Anna.
Right, me too. For a second, I was like, hold on, it's only it's only a few names. Yeah,
I was gonna say I don't even know how many names are palindromes.
right.
Oh,
man.
I like that though. That was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really like the way you put that together.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of brought it all back around too towards the end there. That was my favorite part about it is I love when you can start a poem out one way and then kind of wrap it up by bringing it back to the beginning. And it kind of goes with the name of it too, palindrome.
Yeah, palindrome.
It's you started forward and then you went kind of backwards, back to the beginning. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, wait, did you try to do that? It's not. It seemed as if you told the whole story backwards, like from the end to the beginning. It was dope. All right, Elena. Now you. Nah, come on. Yeah, grab it.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm trying to think. Should I start with an old one or a new one? I'll start with an old one, actually. This is a good one. So this one is called Self-Hate to Self-Love. You beat yourself up, then call yourself victim, but you are only a victim to your own demise. All you want is attention, yet all eyes are on you. You hide away and act like they are all to blame. You are used to the abuse, not aware of the beauty. You think they stare because of your flaws, when really they are admiring the radiant smile on your face. That hides your pain you've embraced. They're hypnotized by the sparkle that never left your eyes. No matter the trials endured, they are in awe of the strength that they have watched you gain. They think you are amazing. They believe you are worthy. Open your eyes, step out of the darkness, look into their eyes, and embrace the beauty of you.
Wow. This, all right, you got to give us if you want to, you got to give us a little bit of background on this. Wow.
So that came from, I've always been really hard on myself, especially all of the stuff that I've been through in my life has really just made me feel like I deserved it all. Or that, I had it coming. So it made me feel like I was just a victim and that's all I ever was or will be. Which made me feel like I wasn't good enough to be anything more. I wasn't cute enough. I wasn't, anything important. And I used to get told a lot that I was overdramatic, or that I was just looking for attention. And so I had to stop and tell myself, I mean, you don't want the attention, but you have it. It's because everybody sees what you've been through, yet you're still standing tall. You don't let it break you down. You don't let it, diminish you or, tear you down. And I had to fight to love myself for everything I've been through instead of hate myself for allowing it to happen to me.
Yeah.
Isaac,
man, you have any comments before I comment?
Well, it's kind of tough because when she read that poem, it hits close to home for me too. in my childhood and teen years,
Yeah.
I was always wondering why I was treated horribly, and I always thought low of myself too. I realized in my scenario that I am at least in partial blame to I give myself partial blame for the entire situation because I was an enabler in that prospect. I wasn't I wasn't the innocent person I thought I was for the longest time. I was enabling that behavior,
Mm.
and that's because I've seen other people enable that behavior, and therefore I thought that was what I needed to do. And when I realized that's not what I needed to do, it was a long journey to continue to better myself, look at
Mhm.
myself in a better light, protect myself, and still tell people that you know are usually not negative towards me. I need to make sure that they know where their line is that they should not cross with me because
Mm.
I'm still self.
Mm. Wow. 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 So in a sense, you saw yourself inside of Elena's poem.
Yes.
Wow.
Love that.
That is amazing. That's how you know you wrote a good poem. When someone else can see themselves inside of it. And it's funny because as Isaac started talking, I was like, yeah, actually that sounded a lot like what Isaac said. I think he even touched on some of that yesterday, Isaac. But you
Yeah.
know, yeah, again, like Elena, that was, man, your word choice. Um, some of the phrases you use, like attention seeking. You know, I came across a poem on TikTok that was dealing with that type of topic where I think someone wrote a poem about talking a lot, and they were just like, "Oh man, I didn't realize I talk a lot." And then someone had told them, they said, or when someone tells them, "Oh, you talk too much," that's then when they shut down. They shut down completely. Like, but it's not really them actually talking a lot. It's just someone
Right.
telling them to shut up, but they're starting to get comfortable. So the moment you're getting comfortable, and then someone comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey, can you just stop talking?" And then they talk about how in the poem they just shut down. And that's what it sounded like for you. Like this aspect of like, yeah, you people were telling you you are attention seeker or you are this or that. And then in some sense that probably allowed you to curl up into a ball more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how did when did you realize that when did you realize all this? Like when did you start to like kind of like self-reflect like I'm actually not an attention seeker. These are just these people saying like when did you start to actually like realize all that?
Um, I mean, it's actually taken years.
Mhm.
Um, like I think I wrote this poem in 2020, I
Oh
think,
wow. Wow.
2021.
Mm.
Um, and even after I wrote it, like I still was fighting with myself to like,
Yeah.
look, everything they say doesn't mean that it's true, just because
Mm.
they see you as overdramatic or, they see you as sensitive doesn't mean that it's a bad thing or that that's what you are. It's just
Mm.
that's their perception of you and you don't have to live up to how someone else sees you.
Yeah.
And people are going to have their own judgments about you and they're going to have their own, ideas of you
Yep.
based on what they see and what they allow themselves to like take from you.
Mm.
Um and it's a battle because,
Mm.
it hurts especially when it's people close to you.
Yeah.
Um like there was one time my best friend said we were talking about our zodiac signs and one of the definitions of or one of the characteristics of my zodiac
Mhm.
was um crybaby.
Mm.
And she was like, oh yeah, that's true.
Oh man.
And I was like, dang, like that
Mm.
really hurt me, like I was like,
Mhm.
I never expected my own best friend to say,
Ooh.
yeah, you're a crybaby. um and I had to fight myself with about that for a while. Like,
Yeah.
you're not a crybaby, but if she doesn't want to hear what you have to say,
Mhm.
that's how she's gonna take it. Is that you're just being a crybaby about it.
Absolutely.
Or, because I have been strong so much in my life that
Mm.
sometimes little things do like break me down.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like, I've been so strong dealing with all this crap. Like,
Yep.
I just want to cry for a second. Let me cry for a second. It doesn't mean I'm a crybaby. It just means I need to let my emotions out sometimes.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's taken some years to even still like teach myself, even after writing that, you know, like listen to those words, like those words mean something, like take that in and accept it.